Hey everyone, oh my gosh, that's strange. Today we are looking at the real life story in an animation of someone who spent lots of money on video games. Just before we start this off, if you're buying anything in video games, whether it's Robux, Minecoins, V-Bucks, I don't know, any other, or just anything, make sure you have permission, or if it's your own money, spend it well. That's why I'm trying to save up for an i5 processor so I can have ray tracing on Minecraft. So let's watch this. I'm interested.
Hi friends, my name is Sophia and this is my brother Ethan.
Hold on, let me put my mic. I have a new setup. I'll put my mic down here. Like, you can hear me. Yep. Okay.
Hi friends.
Hello
My
there.
name is Sophia and this is my brother Ethan. He just got back from school
Ethan is the name of my uncle.
and now he has to go work at a burger place near our house to wash dishes for 4 hours.
4 hours. That's the same. That's as long as it takes to go from here up in Preston all the way back down to London, so visit my family.
Why? Because he owes our parents a ton of money.
I'm unstoppable.
Of course, it's not easy for a kid to make a lot
That
of
is a
money.
lot of cash. Look how pretty it is.
That's why he's working 7 days a week. But even
For those of you who don't know how long that is a whole week.
if he keeps working at this rate until he finishes high school, he still won't be able to pay back everything he owes.
How much money did spend a man?
Dad says, pay off what you can and we'll think about the rest.
Wait on. I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, I had to quickly pause.
When the time comes. Ethan goes to wash dishes at the burger place every day after school. On the weekends, he does odd jobs around the neighborhood. If it's a nice day, he sets up a lemonade stand outside our house. He said,
For everyone who subscribes and likes and comments down and watches more of my videos, the more views, more subscribers we get and likes, I'll buy a glass of lemonade for you.
that's what brings in the most money. When the weather isn't so good, he does things like mowing our neighbors' lawns or walking their dogs.
How skinny is that dog? Cute dog though. Pointy tail, very pointy tail.
My parents run a gift shop together.
Ooh.
They are both workaholics. They've been working really hard for years. They leave home at 8 a.m. and don't come back until 9 p.m.
8. So 8, basically, if I was them, when I start school, all the way until I go to bed. I do not see...
That's the reason why all this happened. Recently, this is what we've been doing in
Is that dog food? It looks like dog food. Maybe it's meatballs.
the evenings. First, we eat dinner together.
Your food's
Then
falling off your
Ethan
plate?
goes to his room. He brings all the money he's made that day and
I thought that was a phone.
gives it to Dad. Dad counts the money and writes down the amount in his notepad. Then he tells Ethan how much he still owes. So, why does Ethan owe so much money to our parents? And why does he work so hard and give them all the money he makes without complaining? Now it's time to tell you about all this.
Okay.
As I said before, my parents work together, and their business is their
Is that a
life.
plate or some sort of
Their
egg?
customers are usually tourists. They have to keep their gift shop open every single day of the year. So Ethan and I have had to practically raise ourselves. This has its advantages and disadvantages. The best part is we learn to take care of ourselves. On the other hand, we lacked
Let me guess that console controller. It's hard to tell. It looks like Xbox, but I can see the joysticks are right together, which only PlayStation does. Xbox has like on one side at the top, on the other side at the bottom. Same with
parental
Nintendo Switch.
discipline. There's no one around asking us, why did you do this? Or why didn't you do that? Our parents come home so tired, they don't have the energy to deal with us in the evenings.
Just imagine having to work, like rushing, zooming off, find clothes, get changed, wallet, keys, phone, yes, credit card, yes, then all the way down to the shop. From 8 all the way to 9. 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wow.
I always thought this was a blessing. I think it's wonderful to grow up without any pressure from your family.
It can be.
But unfortunately, that wasn't the case for my brother. He took advantage of our parents' absence and spent tons of money on video.
I've never seen someone use a controller on the computer. Also, where's his actual PC desktop? I'll show you what I mean. So, underneath all this stuff is the actual desktop, the actual PC. Without that, the PC wouldn't work. This is not the PC. This screen is called a monitor. This is called a keyboard. This is called a mouse. And that little arrow is called a cursor. And that is a speaker. And that is a Game Boy. And that is a Lego minifig of Sonic. And I am Nathan. And this is my room. And this is the video we are watching. My lens cap almost came off.
Video games. He was doing it for months.
What's the whole calendar?
That's how we found out that he was really lacking parental discipline.
Did Mr. Krabs give them the world's tiniest...
But of course, it was too late. By the time we realized this, Ethan had almost bankrupted the family.
Wow. Do not spend without permission. Only spend if you have permission or if it's your own money. If it's your own money, spend carefully. I'm going to say that
After school, both Ethan and I would go to our rooms, and we usually wouldn't come out until after our parents came home from work. I would always do my homework first. Then I'd talk to my friends, watch TV, or spend time on TikTok or YouTube. Whenever I'd go into Ethan's room, he'd always be playing video games. So I knew he was spending most of his time gaming.
I have my Nintendo Entertainment System downstairs in the living room. If it was up here, I will show you the controls so I could do a little bit of gaming.
But I knew that a lot of kids his age were doing the same, so I...
That is PlayStation. What the heck are those? It should be pause or start. Then until like 1996, yep, that's about almost accurate.
I didn't really worry.
So yeah, quite accurate.
But it turned out he was spending a lot of our parents' money on those games. One day, we came back from school as usual. We had a snack.
Look.
One day, we came back from school as usual.
Who uses straws on a can of drink? You go. I'm going to use my Game Boy as an example. Not the best example, but it's the only thing that looks like a can in my room. So, this is how you should do it. Not. You don't do that.
Usual. We had a snack in the kitchen and went to our rooms. Half an hour or so had passed.
Guys, comment down below if you bring your snacks to your room. I always do that. I'm eating a lot. I should probably start working out.
That's when I heard Ethan's door open suddenly and my dad started screaming at
You spent a lot of money. Why you spent a lot of money?
him. Dad never comes home in the afternoons. So I panicked and went to see what was happening. Dad was holding a credit card.
Okay.
He waved it at Ethan, screaming, "What could you have bought that maxed out this card? And this is the..."
Oh my gosh. I'm very sorry. I tried to get out this cartridge. Let's see. We're around here.
Dad was holding a credit card. He waved it at Ethan, screaming, "What could you have bought that maxed out this card? And this is the company card. How did you even get this card's number?"
How do you get this card?
That's how I found out that Ethan spent a ton of money on video games using our parents' credit card.
Well, look at all that money going away.
My parents used his card to purchase inventory for the store.
Oh, that's not good.
Since they make purchases from many different vendors, they didn't notice that Ethan had been using it.
It won't be easy to
When my
notice it.
mom wanted to buy something and discovered that the card had been maxed out, she told my dad. Because the card had a really high credit limit, they never had a problem like this before. When my dad called the bank, they found out about my brother's charges. He naturally was furious and rushed home to confront my brother about it.
Oh,
After that, Ethan probably had the worst night of his life. My dad literally interrogated him. So he had to tell him in detail what he spent all that money on.
I started Jewel Dancewear
okay.
in 2011 when I was a teenager. I was going through a lot of
I don't know anything about video games. I've played Candy Crush a few
comment down if you played Candy Crush. I think we've all, all of us have played Candy Crush once, but if you haven't, come down below.
times when one of my friends was really into it, but that's it. So I didn't understand most of what Ethan said. From what I can remember, he bought an incredibly expensive
Also, comment down below if you play Roblox. It is my favourite game. You know how many videos I've done gaming on Roblox? Most of my gaming videos with my face cam, so you can see me. Not sure why I did that. They've mostly been on Roblox.
hat from a game called Roblox, for example. Yes, I said hat, but it wasn't even a real hat. You have your character wear it during the game.
That's very true.
I couldn't believe Ethan could be this naive.
It's still a bit strange. I mean, just so it look cool. Why are there some hats, just like a regular hat, that can be sold for almost 1 billion Robux?
Dad says it takes 4 days working at the store to make
4 days! On an 8 to 9 job.
that money.
Wow.
He was so annoyed that he asked my brother, "So how's the hat? Is it nice?"
I think it
Ethan
would be.
couldn't even tell Dad was being sarcastic. "Dad, it's really cool. I'm sure you'll like it too," Ethan said while logging into his Roblox account.
You don't log in every time you go into Roblox. You just go, ooh, Roblox, click. I'm on Roblox.
To naively show Dad the hat. After that, Dad told him, "Go and fetch my toolbox from the garage."
Why do you need a toolbox? Where the tools you would use to fix your car. Like we're talking wrench, screwdriver, nails, drill, saw. Why do you need that?
Ethan still
It costs
didn't
like
get it, but
50K.
went and got the toolbox.
I
Dad
don't
took
guess
out
it
a
is that.
wrench and smashed my brother's phone into small pieces. The weirdest part was that he did it very calmly and carefully.
If one of your kids did that, I finally said that right. If one of your kids do that, don't break it. Sell their phone. Factory reset it. Sell it.
My brother couldn't believe his eyes. Once he finally understood how angry Dad was, he didn't say a word.
Like all that's literally just dust.
Actually, it was a really
doesn't
funny scene,
exist.
but of course, I couldn't laugh at that
This is
point.
funny, but you can laugh.
Apart from
You
the
wouldn't
games,
laugh.
Ethan spent a lot of money on YouTubers and some streamers on Twitch. He even became the biggest donor for a girl on Twitch, and she brought him
that's
on her
lo-
live stream
that's
to thank him. When things calmed down,
Hold on. How did that streamer look? How?
the biggest donor for a girl on Twitch, and she brought him on her live stream
How did you get the actual person
to
on?
thank him.
Strange.
When things calmed down, I found the video on her channel and watched it. When my brother makes the donation, the girl can't believe her eyes. Then she gets up to dance with joy for minutes on end.
That happened to you.
It's
you
unbelievable that Ethan wasted our family's money like that.
Look at that. It's like shooting up bullets on like a machine gun.
I asked him how he could have done this. He said sadly, "It didn't seem like real money to me.
Oh,
I
he's
spent
too
it like it was
young.
game money. I
Yeah.
regret that even more now that I know how hard it is to actually earn money. But there's nothing I can do about it now." So, how did Ethan get the number of our dad's credit card? Dad asked him since he was curious. Ethan's face turned red, but there was
like a
nowhere to
lobster.
run. He looked down and said, "I stole it?" Now it was my dad who turned red from rage. "When did you steal it?" he yelled.
Oh, that's a good
Ethan's eyes
question.
filled with tears. "On your birthday?"
On his birthday? That's a terrible time. On a birthday. Your credit card number gets stolen by your own kid. On your birthday? That's... No, why on
He
the
said, his voice
birthday?
trembling.
It's a
My mom
terrible
had gotten
time.
my dad a massage as a
That's no massage, has a weird cake.
birthday gift. We all went to the spa with him
That's in the
because we
car.
were going out to dinner together afterwards.
Doing what? Oh yeah, there's dog food and some sort of penne pasta. I know my pasta.
As
It's
Dad was
French
getting his
fries.
massage, we waited in the cafeteria.
Juice and tea.
Ethan sneaked into the dressing room, took the credit card from Dad's wallet, and wrote down the number on a piece of paper. Initially, he just wanted to buy a few things in a game called Fortnite.
I don't play Fortnite, but what I do know is that one of my favorite YouTubers, Moalie, if you do play Fortnite, put in his code to support him. He's a great YouTuber, trust me.
But when nobody noticed, he kept using the credit card for 2.5 months in
Oh.
many
What? And done. Spent all the money from my parents. No, I
different places, spending money
I'm
like
just gonna-
crazy. The next day,
Five.
Dad applied for a refund from all the companies
Very
Ethan
square laptop.
bought things from, but unfortunately, most of them didn't bud.
By the way, the reason why I'm doing this is because I was watching Ali do this, and I just thought maybe he has the video in the description. Then I started the video. So yeah, and what I learned from that video is you actually can refund stuff in Fortnite. Hold on. I sound a little bit echoey. Was that just me?
Some of them never even answered his email.
But for all I know, you can't do that in Minecraft or Roblox. That's all I know.
Dad had to ask his lawyer for help, and he had a weird
He looks like one of my school friends.
suggestion. He said to Dad, "If you can prove that your credit card was stolen, we can get all the money back in court. But for that to happen, you need to report Ethan."
Arrest your son to get 50 grand back. Or around that much.
Then he needs to get arrested, of course, so that the crime has been documented. But you don't need to worry. Ethan's young and the judge will let him go with a small fine.
Okay. Looks like he's
Dad told us what the lawyer said over dinner. Ethan was really scared.
That's Scream, listen.
Dad told us what the lawyer said over dinner.
Listen.
Ethan was really scared.
He's turned
He
into
begged,
a lobster.
"Please
He's
don't
turned
report
into
me to
Mr.
the
Krabs
police."
in Red
Dad said,
Dust.
"Why shouldn't I? I think you
shouldn't you?
deserved it."
No,
And Ethan started sobbing. Of course, Dad wasn't going to do it,
course
but
he
he scared Ethan once again when he got the chance. That night, Dad said, "So soon."
What's wrong with his eyes? Is that from crying? I think so. Just wondering. I think it is. Also, why are the blinds cleared? That's not what they should do.
Since we can't get our money back,
These
this will be your debt. You are going to pay it off by working. That's how Ethan's work adventure began.
And that's how
My
we
mom's
end
friend
now.
got him the job at the burger place.
Burger
I gave him the
place?
idea about jobs in the neighborhood. Ethan knows full well that he's guilty. That's why he accepts whatever we say and works any job with 0 complaints. Do you know someone who spends a lot of money on video games?
No, I don't.
If you do, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear your story.
Well, that is one video. I'm going to try and find another video for us to watch. Okay, here we go.
Give
This is
me
so
one of a
about someone
kind
who eats only
chance to shine.
pizza.
That's the eBay way.
£1?
Only eats
What? Hi, friends. My name is Casey. I'm 17 years old.
17.
Most people like pizza. I'm one of them. But
If you like pizza, comment down below. I love pizza, but only it's from Domino's, like Tesco or Asda pizza. It's like shop pizza or supermarket pizza, and from Pizza Express. Any other pizza I do not like from any other store. I only eat pepperoni because I don't like others. I don't know. I just don't.
unfortunately, my relationship with pizza is more of an obsession. Pizza is the only thing I eat for breakfast, lunch,
great.
and dinner. You might think that I eat different kinds of pizza every time, but that's not the case. Every day, I can only eat like this: cheese pizza in the morning, mushroom pizza for lunch, and cheese pizza again for dinner. It's not possible for me to eat mushroom pizza for breakfast or cheese pizza for lunch. The issue is that I'm extremely picky when it comes to food.
I'm very picky as well.
I've been picky with food since I was a little kid.
I've been picky ever since I was like 4, because that's when I started not to like.
And when I say picky with food, don't think of your average picky eater. For example, some people don't like tomatoes.
I've had
Some
tomatoes.
never eat eggs.
I don't like egg ever since I was 4. Because when I was 4, I kept on eating scrambled egg, like, yes, scrambled egg. Scrambled egg. Scrambled egg. But then I started to not like it.
Some feel nauseous at the sight of meat.
I love meat. Beef, like burger beef, ribs, gammon, which like pork. What other meat do I like? Pepperoni. I think that's meat. I feel a little bit dumb. Is there any other meat I like? Oh yeah, chicken. But that's about it.
Meat. It wasn't like that with me. The list of things I wouldn't eat was longer than the list of things I ate. For example, for 4 or 5 months, I'd only eat carrots. Then one day, I would suddenly quit and start
I didn't like carrots. I had like 13 once, just to see if I liked it, because my parents kind of forced me to. I didn't eat it.
eating only bread with jam. I wouldn't eat anything else when going
Fries, meatballs, whatever the heck that is, looks like pancakes, and burgers.
through these phases. I preferred to eat only what I liked, and I kept eating only that thing until I got bored. My mom says I got this trait from my grandfather. I never met him since he died before I was born. My mom and I fight a lot about food. It was during one of our fights that she told me, in tears, about her father, my grandfather. Your grandfather was just like you. He even hid this habit of his so he wouldn't set a bad example for us. I don't remember him eating together with us, ever. Even if he sat with us, he wouldn't eat anything. I'm full. You enjoy your food, he used to say. We found out later that he was able to eat very few things. According to your grandmother, he could only eat boiled chicken and steamed vegetables.
Boiled chicken and steamed veggies? What? Also, it's just real they look like coins.
He said that he wasn't able to eat anything else because he couldn't stand the smell of other foods. I was really sad for him when I found out about this. How do you only eat chicken and vegetables your whole life?
I know.
But your grandpa did. This is why it makes me so sad to see you are going through the same thing. But at the same time, I know you can't help it.
I'm not that picky, guys. Don't worry about me. I eat a lot
My
of
mom
stuff.
was right to be upset. But just like she said, I couldn't help it.
hungry.
And my obsession with pizza hadn't even started when we had this conversation. Even if I was going through these phases, I was at least eating different things. Unfortunately, my condition got a lot.
What was that noise? It sounded like Yoshi. Listen.
My obsession with pizza hadn't even started when we had this conversation. Even if I was going through these phases, I was at least eating different things. Unfortunately, my condition got a lot worse.
That's
For the past 6 years, I have survived on pizza and pizza only. I remember exactly how my pizza obsession came about. It was a Saturday. My parents both work in pharmaceuticals. They were going to a conference together.
Also, what's with the curtains being so clear? And also, here's a lawyer from the video with the kid who spent.
Just as
money
they were
on
leaving,
games.
my dad collapsed onto the floor. He was holding his chest. We called an ambulance right away. My mom went to the hospital with my dad. Everything happened in a flash. I regretted not having gone to the hospital with them. I was walking around the house, worried sick. A few hours later, my mom called. As we suspected, my dad had had a heart attack. Thankfully, he survived because they were able to treat him on time. He was doing really well. He had some tests done. My mom said they'd come back after they got the results. I even talked to my dad for a second. I was relieved by the good news. It was almost noon. I realized I still hadn't eaten breakfast. Because I was in a good mood, I thought, I'll eat something different. I'll tell my mom about it when she comes back. She'll like that. As I was looking through the fridge,
cheese pizza, some fish bait, salami, weird looking cheese. I probably have to pause the video now. I'm going to pause it now, just in case. Okay, oh, what the heck?
I saw 3 frozen pizzas. I randomly picked one of them. It was the cheese pizza.
Tiny.
I heated it in the oven and ate it for breakfast. I was someone who rarely ate pizza. I said to myself, I've forgotten what it tastes like. It's pretty good.
Pizza is pretty
Doctors wanted to keep my dad at the hospital overnight. They had to run some more tests.
Something happened with my great-grandfather. If I start to get a little bit emotional, it's because he's not with us anymore. So back early this year, he was in hospital. But good thing is that I got put out of school but I didn't know what it was. I had to go to the hospital to see him. Went to sleep with my grandma. Prayed that he would live longer. He lived longer for a week. A week after they thought he would die. A week longer. And he was about 86. For just so you know, the average length of a male's life should be about 85 years. So yeah.
I said to my mom, don't worry about me. I'll look after myself. But she didn't listen to me and told me Aunt Joy would come and stay with me that night. I was so happy that I would be seeing my favorite aunt. I decided to eat pizza for lunch again.
Why do they have fish bait in the fridge?
I took...
Also, cool fact, if you put food in the freezer, like pizza, it lasts for 6 months.
out one of the 2 remaining
I learned that from a cartoon.
pizzas without looking. And as you might guess, it was the mushroom one. My aunt called and said something had come up. She would be coming later. And so I ate the last pizza for dinner. It was a cheese pizza. So that's how I had my menu for the next 6 years all set.
6
Cheese
years,
pizza
I
for
thought.
breakfast, mushroom pizza for lunch, and cheese pizza again for dinner. The next morning, I woke up craving a cheese pizza.
Why is she so flat?
I told my aunt that I wanted to have pizza for breakfast. Even though she was surprised, she wouldn't say no because she knew how particular I was about
If I ever become an uncle, I'll be the same. I'll be like, sure, you can do that.
food.
I'll be
She
like-
also let me have mushroom pizza for lunch. That's how my love affair with pizza
Just look at all those pizza boxes. Can I have some of that pizza? If you by chance have any pepperoni.
started. And unfortunately, it took over my life. In the following days and years, even though my mom was very upset, she had to let me eat pizza because I refused to eat anything else.
I will not eat anything other than pizza.
Since she knew it was an issue that
ads coming.
required treatment, she tried to get me treated.
A football tournament? In December? That's going to get right in the way of Christmas. What are they?
Vamos fazer isso.
Did not
A
understand.
few times, but nothing worked. Among these attempts, the weirdest one was something one psychiatrist tried. First, we had a regular therapy session. He asked me various questions, trying to understand why I only ate pizza. I answered them all truthfully. In the next session, he suggested I eat something other than pizza. When that didn't work, he tried to scare me with things like, "You won't grow any taller if you stick to a one-food diet. If you only eat pizza, you'll gain weight and no one will like you."
That might actually happen. but like he said, people won't like you. If you would be one of those people, don't do that. Always be kind to others.
You will never have a boyfriend. When that didn't work either, in the following session, he started yelling at me and even threatening me. "You are a spoiled little girl. You're doing this for attention. If you keep eating pizza, I'll write a report and they will put you in a mental institution," he said. Naturally, that was my final session with him. When I told my mom about what he told me during that session, she didn't take me back there. That man was even weirder than me. I was scared that he would turn his failure into an obsession and keep harassing me over the phone. Apart from that, my mom made another outlandish attempt for a cure. It was creative and interesting,
was it
but
all
sadly
good?
it didn't work. My mom had seen a show on TV about people who had food obsessions like mine. In the episode, there was a guy who had only eaten hamburgers since the age of 5.
Hamburgers. By the way, someone who held the world record for the most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime. I forgot what he looked like. I forgot his name. He looked a little bit like Steve Jobs, but he's still with us. He's like 50. And if you didn't know already, I play the saxophone. Just a cool little fact about me. I'm 10. Most people start playing at like 13, 15. Like my saxophone teacher, I've got, but yeah. And he is 60. Trying to avoid my mic. Then I run my arm into my mic. Hello? Okay, never mind, I'm not going to say that.
The producers of the show prepared a little spectacle to overwhelm him. This guy ate 4 hamburgers every day. That's 28 hamburgers per week.
20 hamburgers a week.
1,456 hamburgers per year. They loaded a truck with 1,456 hamburgers and drove it to the guy's home. They called him outside and unloaded all the 1,456
Look at all those
burgers in front of
burgers,
him.
mate.
They said, "This is exactly how many burgers you're consuming in a year." He was shocked and sad, and he even cried. In the end, he decided to get treatment. My poor mother wanted to create.
Honestly?
He even cried.
Mate, yes, you should stop eating burgers and probably start going on some exercise.
In the end, he
probably
decided to
should
get
as well.
treatment. My poor mother wanted to create the same spectacle to put some sense into her daughter. She somehow found the phone number of the TV show and called them. They weren't
alien
interested
numbers,
since they
I
had
can't
already
read it
featured a
well.
pizza addict in another episode. So my mom wanted to do it on her own. But she knew that she couldn't spend so much money all at once.
Doing that would be very expensive. I don't have anything behind my curtains because I'm hungry. And I usually put snacks behind my curtains. So I'm just going to check. Oh, bum. Nope. There's not. Then lift up the webcam's chin.
Still, she didn't give up. She called a major news channel and told them about me. It's going to be quite a sight. My daughter doesn't know about this either. We'll see her reaction together. This would be a compelling piece of news for you. They said they were interested in shooting the story. After that, my mom reached out to a major pizza brand. When the company officials found out that my mom's performance was going to be in the news, they agreed to sponsor her.
Yes.
One Sunday morning, I got up as usual. Mom was in the kitchen. When she saw me, she said, "I have a special Sunday surprise for you.
Sunday.
I ordered pizza for you from a wonderful place. It should be here any moment." Half an hour later, the doorbell rang. Mom held me by the hand.
What the heck is that? Is that
She
a
took me
bush?
outside as I was staring at her. There was a small pizza truck in front of the house packed with pizza
That's a small piece of. Oh my gosh! Look at all those pizza
boxes.
boxes.
I figured my
like
mom
a
was up to
1,000.
something when I saw a reporter and a cameraman on the street.
That is not. They are not big
Street.
pizzas.
She asked me, Casey, how many pizzas do you think there are in
That's what's called a small pizza truck, because it's a truck that delivers small pizza.
this truck? I told her I had no idea. Since you eat 3 pizzas per day, what is 3 times 365? Yes, these are the 1,095 pizzas that you eat in a year.
What?
How can you eat this much pizza? Sweetie,
There's almost 100 pizzas just in those 2 columns.
please give this up. And do it in front of the cameras so everyone would know about your decision. I looked at the pizza boxes. I said, Mommy, if we collected all your makeup materials or all the popcorn Dad eats while watching football throughout the year, we'd also get a huge pile like this. I'm sorry, but I don't know why you did this. My mom was incredibly upset, and she was right. She worked hard to do this, and her intentions were good. I could have hugged her or said something nice. Nope, I turned around and went back home. Now when I think about it, I can see that I acted just like a teenager. Unfortunately, there is no happy ending to this story.
Oh, no.
I'm 17 years old. For the past 6 years, I've been eating 3 pizzas per day.
Is that already?
I don't know for how long I'm going to keep eating like this.
Okay.
I know that what I'm doing is wrong,
Yeah,
and I
only
certainly
pizza for
don't
6
recommend it
years.
to anyone, but this is my truth. I need to tell it, and you can draw your own conclusions. Thank you for listening.
Those are great stories. Multiple. Great stories. What was the moral of them both? Number 1, don't spend money on video games if you don't have permission. If you have permission, spend it. If you have permission, spend it. Then only do that amount of much. Then only do that much. Then the moral of this story is, don't eat pizza for 6 years in a row. Okay? You could even die from it.
If you like
Oh, and also, if you don't eat for 3 weeks, you'll die. If you don't drink for 3 days, you'll die. Don't want to worry you, just to make sure that you eat well and you also drink well. By drink, I don't mean like you can drink Coke and you'll be fine. I mean water, clean water. So some of you might not have clean water, but just water, not liquid. That was a great story. Hope you loved it as well. See you in the next one. Goodbye.